Are they?
No, I mean, this is a matter of, and I don't think that is a sensational issue in the sense that we found ourselves.
I'm asking you a question. Do you know who is managing the broad-based government affairs from ODM? Who is William Ruto, the president, speaking to?
I mean, currently the president, as matter of the broad-based concern and the matter of party affairs concerned, is speaking to the party leader.
That's fine. The broad-based relationship is complicated.
Yes.
Those managing it now,
yes,
are they capable? That's what I'm dealing with. But I hear your answer. You have Gladys Wanga in this order.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for your greatest support. Now, fellow Kenyans, I would like us to talk about something here, the issue of ODM. What next? Because right now that is the story that is trending all over. Everybody is asking that now, being that Raila Odinga died, and he was the key player in ODM. Remember, he's the founder of ODM. He formed ODM 20 years ago, and just last week they celebrated their 20th anniversary, which was attended by William Ruto and other delegates. And a lot of issues happened. You know, we saw people. Some people attended, some didn't attend. And yesterday, during the daybreak, of course, I know maybe this one might have been missed by some people, and that is why I've decided at least we talk about it. Hamisi was having a conversation, was being interviewed. Hamisi together with Eddy by some Gituku. And fellow Kenyans, there are several things that I want us to talk about. Actually, there were around four guests, but I want us to focus on two. I wanted to focus on Eddy and Hamisi. And I want to start by saying this, that you know it's very much difficult for you to try to defend what you don't understand. Okay, we all know very well that as we know that Raila Odinga is the backbone of ODM. But now, being that Raila Odinga died, like now is not in the picture, this thing is like everybody's just asking what next. You see, everybody's just like, what next? What's going to happen? What would happen? What is going to happen? You know, or what might happen? And we had Winnie Odinga explaining so well, telling Oburu Odinga, that is right now the party leader, that Raila Odinga is the person that formed the broad-based government. And according to Winnie, actually not even according to Winnie, according to everybody's expectation, is that there is no one who can continue with that coalition apart from the late, because he knew why he did it. He knew the target. What was he targeting? You know. So right now we can't say that there is somebody who is going to do these things so well like Raila Odinga could have done. Of course, we have got Oburu Odinga as the party leader, but there are several things that Oburu Odinga don't understand that Raila Odinga wanted to do with the broad-based government. You see a lot of people saying, some people saying that broad-based government is supposed to go past 2027. Some people are saying that it's only supposed to go up to 2027 and no passing that. So you see, people have got different ideas. Kila mtu akona idea yake, mtu anakuja na hii, mtu anakuja na hii. So people have got different ideas, different perspectives on how things are supposed to be done and how they are saying things, how they are seeing things. But what I would like to say is this. Right now, there is nobody. Okay, we still don't know. Being that Raila Odinga is no more, we don't know who William Ruto is communicating with concerning the issues of the broad-based government. Is he communicating with Oburu Odinga? Of course, Oburu Odinga is the party leader, but is William Ruto communicating with him? We don't know. Is he communicating with Gladys Wanga? Because Gladys Wanga normally talks about this every now and then. We don't know. Is he communicating with people like John Mbadi, alias Sanjo, Opio Wandai? In fact, those who are in the broad-based government, is he communicating with people like Peter Kaluma? We don't know. So I want us to listen to Hamisi, trying to, actually not Hamisi, we start with Eddy. I want us to listen to Eddy trying to defend something that he knows very well that he is not in a good position to defend. So this is the problem of okay, for instance, let me give you an example. You've gone somewhere and then you've had people fighting. You found people fighting. You don't know the cause of the fight. Of course, wewe umeingia hapo kuona watu wanapigana, watu wanaanza kuvurugana hapa na pale, hiyo kelele ya this and that blah 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 blah, and then you are there mwache kupigana. You know, you are trying to defend what you don't understand. You're trying to defend what you don't know its truth cause. Now, you see all these people that are talking about the broad-based government issue, mara mpaka 27 Raila tuliweza kwenye serikali, tutaenda mpaka 2032. They were not there when Raila decided to form the broad-based government. Au wameletewa tu, like right now, okay, now this is what you want to do. I'm okay, like for example, right now I'm the manager. I'm managing Bonita Media. The Bonita Media is mine, and in future I have got I've got a vision that I want to use. I have a vision of maybe making this platform to be bigger than this, you know, to be more than this, you see. So it means that the people that will come after, like the people that I'll now take my vision to them and niwaambie that now you are my people, now I want us to work together, you will be working under me, and these are the things that I want us to do as Bonita Media, you see. So I am the person who knows why I started the Bonita Media, and I'm the person who knows where I want this to go. So even if it's my, let's say for example, my wife, my brother, my sister, anybody around me, anybody that maybe feels like now I'm very much close to Boni, you know, Boni has got this thing, you know, he wants to do this. I want to do this because, okay, you are saying it because I already told you that this is what I want to do. But now if I'm not there, it will be very difficult for you to achieve what I wanted to achieve because I didn't share everything with you. So that is exactly what is happening right now in ODM. Raila is not in the picture. Raila in fact, Raila is the vision carrier of the broad-based government. So when you take the vision carrier out of the picture, the people that are there really struggle. And that is exactly what is happening right now in ODM. So I want you to listen to this.
First of all, good morning to our viewers. I think this is the first interview that I've had on national TV or Citizen since the passing of my leader, Honorable Odinga, and I think that our community, that's the larger community of ODM, as Kenya, we are still grieving, and the pain that different people faces at different levels, you cannot say that it's a pain that perhaps has got a mourning period. Yeah. It's a grieving that will continue in the heart of many, and I want to take this chance to still grieve with our people who have got a different way of dealing with this pain. And it's in that context that I also mentioned that we had the ODM at 20, which previously had been organized with the party leader and agenda set with the party leader. Yeah. And despite that it had to go on, it was not the same as what would have been what would have had if our party leader was there. So for me, it was a responsibility that I had to take, and I had to take in the course of the fact that I am a NEC member of ODM. Right. I'm a member of NEC, and therefore it wasn't something that I would call a celebration for me. It was more a call for duty that I had to attend. Right. So I'm mixed up in terms of what I would call, what was your experience there? Because there were very strong sentiments that came out from different individuals. Yeah. That my lens is taking it with compassion, that different individuals who spoke at the convention had a different relationship with Raila Odinga. Right. And therefore there was no right or wrong. There was just different levels of grieving, different level of understanding, and different compassion that people bring on the table to where this party goes forward. Yeah.
All right. Senator Okech, as you respond to what you wanted to say, ni nani anatisha hawa viongozi? What is CS Joho talking about?
What we are seeing at the ODM at 20 should not have happened if we had taken a step to reflect. After, remember, just 2 days ago, it was exactly 1 month since we lost our leader, who was a huge figure in Kenya. And I think that, you know, some of us who are reflective might even be forced to try to think about, why can't we just keep quiet and see how things play? Okay? But it's a hard time to keep quiet. And I wanted to urge you, and even the media and all our members, not to have a simple conversation. Because it's not a simple conversation, because different people had different relationships with Raila Amolo Odinga. Right. Starting from the daughter Winnie, to Junet Mohammed, to the leaders you've seen speaking there. All these had special personal relationship with Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, and therefore, if we simplify this thing into who is wrong and who is right, we will lose the script. And that's why you see I avoided the urge of even saying the names of people who are managing the broad-based arrangement, which we questioned, simply because in Raila Amolo Odinga's time, when the broad-based government came about, he purposed as much as possible to be able to use the organs of the party to manage that relationship. And that organ of the party, we have got the National Delegate Conference, which is the highest level which Winnie is talking about, as going to think about national leadership. And then we have got the NGC, then we have got the NEC where I sit from, then we have got a small group called the Central Committee. And that relationship during Raila Amolo Odinga's time has all been a one-man show in as much as it appears as such. The management of broad-based relationship was managed by the Central Committee with the mouthpiece of Raila Amolo Odinga. You remember, even when we were signing the 10-point agenda with the broad-based government, it came from the Central Committee, which even the SGU, my friend Dr. Mogangi was referring to, is a member of that Central Committee. And that's why I was telling you that currently the people who are managing that relationship are a variety of top leaders of ODM who are gathered within the Central Committee, including Honorable Junet, including Honorable Sifuna, including Honorable Gladys Wanga, and many other members that are not managed in the Central Committee.
As you said that the late Raila Odinga used the organs of the party in making decisions, when was any of those decisions, including the broad-based participation in the broad-based government, when was any of those decisions ratified by the National Delegates Convention?
The Central Committee has got power to proceed with some decisions, okay? And that's why I'm telling you that even on the matter of broad-based, after Honorable Oburu Odinga was conferred the acting party leader, immediately after we came from the burial, the Central Committee met. Our SG of the party communicated the position of the Central Committee with regard to broad-based government. I think that what Winnie was questioning was the idea of the national leadership element of the party. Because if you look at all the party deputy leaders, and this is not me, this is in the public domain, all the national party leaders, the chairperson of the party, the organizing secretary, everybody who is in the Central Committee, as per now, majority of them came as recommended acting members. Okay? And then, after that acting, Baba had purposed that they are acting until we hold a national election. And that national election is held by the National Delegate Conference. Yeah. And I think that the simple conversation that we might be tempted to have here, because it's a juicy one, is questioning the party leadership position, which I think is a dicey one, because right now we want a party that can be united by wisdom, by all this, and that's why I would say that 622A was an important one to look at in the party.
But I think that the question, how come that through it all, the broad-based government was born, I think, in August 2024. How come so far there has been no intention to hold an NDC? There has been intention, and I keep on repeating for you that Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, up until 1 month before he passed on, we were holding grassroots elections, and he was very clear about them, and he was very clear that all the acting party leaders will go to a national election that will be convened. The time had not been specified, and that's why I said that the agenda of the ODM at 20 might have had a mishap by having an NDC held alongside ODM at 20. I mean an NGC held with ODM at 20. Which I cannot blame anyone, because you're confusing me. NGC, NDC, ODM at 20.
That's what I'm saying. ODM at 20, one of the agenda of ODM at 20 was to hold an NGC, for which all leaders who had been in acting position
right, including the deputy party leaders, were confirmed in that. And I'm saying that maybe wisdom, you don't blame anybody.
Can the National Governing Council confirm leadership, or it's the National Delegates Convention?
It's the National Delegates Conference, which I think should not have been held. It wasn't held, but even if it was to be held, it should not have been held with ODM at 20, because ODM at 20 has got a different agenda, okay, which is celebrating the party's history, one. Number two, reviewing what is going on in the country in the context of the struggles that ODM has gone through. I want you to imagine if Raila Odinga was in that ODM at 20. What could he have talked about? It is not this pie and party position. It could have been the struggle that has been there in view of the struggles that are going on now, and cast a vision for us going forward.
All right, Senator
with where the party should go.
Now, that one is Eddy. Unaona venye ana struggle, ana struggle, is trying to stammer, answering questions here and there, which is not wrong, which is not bad. Of course, we can't say that it's wrong, because that is who he is, that is who they are. They've been trying to defend these things, even if they don't know why it was started, why it's happening the way it's happening, which is fine, which is right, which is okay. We can't deny that. The second person that I want us to discuss is Caleb Hamisi. And I'm sensing something. I really don't know whether it's true. I really don't know whether it's going to come out now, but maybe, or it will come out in future. In as much as maybe we can say that Caleb Hamisi realized that ODM is playing people, but I feel like, you know, once something made you, like for instance, Caleb Hamisi was made by ODM. ODM is a party that made Caleb Hamisi. So I don't see any point of Caleb Hamisi trying to attack ODM every now and then. You hear him saying that, of course, we know that a lot of issues, ODM has done a lot of things that nobody expected them to do. We know that. But personally, you know, baba yako ni baba yako, hata kama ni mlevi, bado atabaki kuwa baba yako. Mama yako pia ni mama yako, hata kama ni mwenda wazimu, atabaki kuwa mama mzazi. So when you try to look at the politics of Caleb Hamisi, I don't want it to look like, you know, trying to maybe to hit one and do this, but I just want us, that is why we normally have these conversations. I just want us to have a talk.
What do you suggest as a path to a solution? Because he says that you need a moment of reflection. One would imagine that when you're turning 20, that's a major anniversary. That will be the moment.
You know, the first thing I said, Sam, and I've been loud. Me, I'm always very brutally honest. Okay? The first thing I said is that first, the giving Oburu that position when we were burying Baba, it was a wrong timing. It could have been endorsed anyway. But why in a hurry? Okay, we've said it, and you see the repercussions. Then we said, okay, we were to do ODM at 20. But now Baba has left us. We are still mourning. People are mad out there. Baba was not an ordinary human being. Baba was in the hearts of people so deeply. Some people have cried. Some people are still crying. So why can we just postpone? Is anybody going to die out of postponing an ODM at 20, celebrate after a month or so? They never listen to us. They say, you know, these guys are just Kenyawan, they're on their own, they're young. They don't know. A person who has been elected twice, you are telling me he's young? You know? So it is a people who feel. There's a cabal of people in the party who just feel that they hold all the powers to determine what they want to do, and they will not listen to anybody, because had they listened to some of us, then some of these things that happened, it could not have happened.
Who is this not listening to you?
Mostly the leaders who are there currently, all of them. We try to talk them and ask them, why is the hurry? Just relax. I mean, we'll have the celebration.
Is it the party leaders? Is it the executive?
The ones who are speaking, the ones you have just showing them speaking. You see the way they're speaking.
I've shown Senator Rengo.
Show more. I don't know where you're hiding. Can you? You know them.
You know them. You just don't want to name them. Now,
Winnie is perfectly in order to question the management of broad-based. I hope now I'm audible enough. Is okay. Yeah, and of course all of us are ODM. Let's not lie to ODM members carelessly. In fact, we are not doing a service to them, trying to hide and trying to destroy a party that was built through sweat and blood. What is happening in ODM is not even making Baba rest in peace, because we are looking at ODM that was left in the hands of wrong people. People who do not have wisdom of leadership. Leadership is not just about public speaking or holding a position. You must also know what to talk when and why. And in a celebration of 20th anniversary, the speeches that came out of that anniversary, you wonder whether it was an anniversary or it was a funeral in a village there, where some leaders are threatening to leave the party if their space is questioned. Some leaders who are even serving in the government coming to, issue threats before delegates who are gathered across the country. It is not the ODM that we envisage. This is clearly a totally different ODM that I know. If you wonder if the same leader would have spoken the same way if Baba was alive. That with the leader say that twende na vipande zetu, kila mtu na kipande yake, for example, will those words have come out if Baba was alive? And you, as a member who has struggled with this party from a very, predominantly not so an ODM zone, and managed to vie and campaigned for Baba throughout my 2 term as a member of parliament. I'm disheartened. My members are also wondering, what is this the ODM we know? What is happening? Who is the leader? And I agree with the Winnie. Yes, we need a national delegates conference as soon as possible. The constitution that Eddy was reading, he just left out something. I don't know if it was deliberate or it was... I quickly tried to look at... Yes, but Eddy left out a very important section of that constitution, which is 622B, that in the event that the party leader is unable to discharge of his or her duties by reason of physical or mental infirmity, death, resignation, or where or she ceases to be a party member or a member of parliament, a special session of the National Delegates Conference shall be convened to elect a party leader.
A special session of?
National Delegates Conference shall be convened to elect a new party leader.
NDC, not NGC.
Not NGC. It is very clear.
Yeah.
And it is the same constitution that he has been reading. So, you see, if we have to lead this country, then we need to start by leading the party properly.
Does that mean then that Dr. Odinga is party leader unconstitutionally?
Definitely it is, because this is the constitution of the party, and it can be challenged. In fact, if your nomination certificate will be signed by Oburu, it will be challenged in court. Because the constitution is very clear that you need a National Delegates Conference to elect a new party leader. And mark you, we have 3 deputy party leaders who can act. Why do we have deputy party leaders who cannot act as a party leader in absence of the... Why do we have them in the first case? Why do we have them? We don't need them. And the purpose of, even in our own constitution, in absence of the president, by whichever occurrences, the deputy takes over for the time being, waiting for the election. It was not envisaged. Nobody, in fact, some of us have always known Raila to be immortal, that will never die. It shook everybody. So this was an emergency session that needs somebody to act, not to just hurry up somebody to take over leadership, when the constitution is very clear that the party leader and all other officials, including some of us who have some level of leadership, we need to be subjected to the National Delegates Conference and be elected by the delegates. You need to serve with the authority of the members.
Okay, so then that makes it... It reminds me that when Raila Odinga was going to contest for the seat at the AUC, he had left the party leadership to someone else.
In acting capacity. Yes. Professor was there in acting capacity. And I thought...
He was not a deputy party leader.
Yes, but he was in acting capacity. Okay? And I thought probably that is the same reason why Oburu was there, just in acting capacity. But in hurrying him to become a party leader, that one is against the Constitution. You needed time.
No, before you respond...
You see, somebody like Babu Owino, Babu Owino might not be in agreement with what is happening in ODM. But he can't be fighting ODM. He can't fight ODM. Not because he's not in a position to do that, but because he feels like, no, this is the party that made me. So, in as much as maybe people are in as much as Hamisi is feeling like, it's now safe for me to walk out of ODM, I don't think that the best thing that he can do is to fight the party. That is according to me. Personally, I don't think that that is the wise thing that he can do or he could have done. Fighting the party is not necessary. Actually, it's not something that even needs to be done. It's not something that he was supposed to do. He's better than that. These leaders that keep on fighting every now and then, keep on talking about these things, they're normally better than these things that they normally do. You find a leader, unaona tu mtu, this guy is better than this, but hapo penye unaona hapo tu ndio anarudi. He keeps on doing that, fighting, doing these are the things that don't add up. So I would like you to listen to Hamisi, and then you tell me what you think at the comment section. I just want you to be the judge of these two people. One person is trying to defend something that he doesn't understand, and the other person is trying to fight something that made him. You see, mwalimu wako ni mwalimu wako na atabaki kuwa mwalimu. Of course tunajua vizuri kwamba wakati mwingine tunafunzwa na walimu, alafu tunakuwa werevu, tunapata kazi, tunafanya vizuri kwa maisha kuliko walimu. But that one doesn't give us I2P ruhusa ya kuwapiga walimu wetu. Just like, you can be so much educated like that than your parent, perhaps maybe your parent didn't even go to primary school, but they made sure that at least you got what they didn't have. So that one doesn't give you a room to be fighting your parents every day. In other words, I'm trying to say that yes, it's right. It's good that everybody right now is trying to make their own path in politics, because they realize that the person that maybe could have made them is no more. So everybody is trying to create his own story. That is what is happening right now. Everybody is trying to create his own story, especially in ODM. Look at ODM politicians: Edwin Sifuna, Ruto'S, Odinga, Oburu Odinga, Babu Owino. We have got Gladys Wanga, Peter Kaluma. Everybody, Junet Mohammed, Opio Wanda. Everybody is trying to struggle on how they can make ends meet at the end of the day, because that is what politicians normally do. They struggle to make sure that their ends meet. But that one doesn't make that one doesn't that doesn't mean that they'll keep on fighting what made them. After all, guys, that is just my thought for now, and that is all I have. That is all I have. I would like you to tell me what you think at the comment section concerning these two things. Do you really think that it was nice, or it's nice for Hamisi to try to attack ODM? And also, do you really think that Eddy are just people who have got a lot of PR? They're just talking without understanding anything that Odinga stood for, or why he decided to form what was known as the broad-based government. Tell me what you think, and until we meet again in the next video if it is possible. I have been your host, Boniface Bingo.